Greetings, beautiful Facebook friends. It's your Majesty here, popping on live for a few moments. And I am here live because I have been, as always, been getting a lot of downloads. And as though I was just recently on TikTok, because TikTok encourages me to go live over there, I needed to come live over here and just transmit some positive energy for you guys. Again, you guys know that I'm not always positive, right? Because that would be not real, because we all have our positive side, our negative side, our neutral side, our polarity, all the aspects of the human self. And so with learning this through life experiences, through life challenges, it has really helped me really grasp a more deep, ancient, coherent grasp on the nature of reality and the nature of life. And that life is really more complex than we were programmed it to be. And after sitting in ceremony and dealing with certain relationships and people and loved ones and my spouse dying and all of these challenges and successes in my life, it has taught me things. And so this is your reminder that no matter what you're going through in your life, right? If you're going through success and wonders and magic and everything's going well, congratulations. And if you're going through a not so good time, despair, sorrow, grief, I pray that God and the Goddess will uplift you and give you that divine energy that you need and give you peace and give you strength and help you on your journey. And so I am a believer in prayer, and prayer is so powerful. Because prayer is an ancient technology. It has been used for thousands and thousands of years by our ancestors, and it is direct communication with divinity, with God, with yourself, right? So, like, regardless of what you believe in, prayer can still definitely help you, can definitely help and uplift you in your life. Now, what I've learned about prayer, though, is that it works best when you come with the prayer with pure intention, right? So with pure intention, pure faith, and no doubt. And I know that's very challenging, especially if your reality is showing you otherwise. It can be hard to really hold on to a prayer. But I encourage you that no matter what you see on your external reality, hang on to your faith. And in my belief system, we all have faith, regardless of religion, tradition, culture. We all have faith, whether we verbally express that or not. Because you have faith when you go to work every day. You have faith when you sit on your favorite chair, right? You have faith that your house is not going to burn down, right? Like you may not call it that, right? But you do have faith in certain situations and certain outcomes, right? But also having the divine balance that at the end of the day, divine autonomy. And so this word has been transmitted through me very much so recently, a divine autonomy. And what divine autonomy means for me, and I would like to know what it means for you. I definitely love hearing your guys' heart and soul and what you believe in. Please let me know down below how this transmission resonates with you. But divine autonomy is basically being responsible over what we are responsible for and taking control over things that we only have control over. And what is that? If you know, let me know down below. I would love to know. But basically, divine autonomy is controlling ourself, right? Having restraint, having divine discipline, showing up in a manner that's conducive for not only ourselves, but for the beings around us. Now, again, that's not always going to be all the time, because as I express in my other videos, we are multifaceted, multidimensional beings. And so, have you ever had a time or experience where you acted out a character, or you did something that, oh my God, I can't believe I did that, sober or not sober, regardless of the situation, you did something that was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I reacted or responded like that. I know I have, where I've reacted or I've said something that was out of character. But that out of character is actually an aspect of our psyche. Our psyche is our mind. And look, real quick before I forget. Look at this tortoise. Oh my God, look, I'm in the nature park right now. Hi, Toity, so cool. Yeah, it's so cool, you know, and it was funny because Source transmitted that turtles are my spirit animal in this time right now. And so literally everywhere I go, I literally see turtles, tortoises, like all around. And I've been seeing a lot of red cardinals. And so, you know, a lot of life and a lot of life's mysteries. You know, our ancestors and the ancient civilizations knew this, but a lot of it is metaphoric and symbolism. Symbolism is deep rooted in us. Why do you think that we like certain things, right? Like I love roses, right? Because I am part of the rose lineage, right? You know, as a priestess, it's deep rooted in my veins. And what the rose can teach us is really fascinating, and how it's beautiful and the petals, but also I know that this rose is going to die someday, right? But even when it dies, it can still be preserved. It can still be utilized to make different creations, right? Like bathwater, rose tea, whatever you want to do with it, art. And so what I love about the rose is that it's a depiction of the divine feminine, and how it has the petals, but not only that, it has what are these things called? This part, the roots, the pokey things, the horns. Yeah, the horns. I know that's probably not the right terminology, but you know what I'm saying. The thorns. Yeah, the thorns. So the rose is beautiful, right? But it also has thorns. And so I see myself as a reflection of this rose. That yes, I can be beautiful and elegant and all those things and blah, blah, blah. But also I have thorns. And it's necessary to have thorns. It is. Because if we don't have thorns, how are we supposed to protect ourselves, right? Like we have to have some sort of protection mechanism, just like a turtle, right? Like I was saying, my spirit animal is right now in this time is a turtle. Well, a turtle has a shell to protect itself, to go inside the shell to protect, right? Its well-being and quality of life. And so regardless of what season or, you know, cycle you are in your development of evolution in life, I want you to know that you are here for a purpose. And even when the emotions are so hard, sometimes, I know me, and if you can relate, let me know. I know sometimes like emotions can feel like so much, like so heavy, like, you know, and you just want to, we have to express it. Like we have to express these emotions in a conducive, productive manner, because if we do not express our emotions in a productive manner, it shows up in our body. It shows up in the way that we communicate with life and relationships. It shows up in our anger, right? It can become explosive anger disorder. And so this is what life has literally taught me. Because growing up as a strict Christian conservative, I did not learn these type of things. You know, I learned about Jesus, which I'm grateful for. And Jesus was a divine masculine, and he is one of my favorite gods. But he taught a deeper truth, you know, a truth that got distorted through patriarchy, a truth that got distorted through the ages. And so, anyways, I encourage you, no matter what you're going through, know that you're not alone. And, you know, however you resonate or take that, it's true. You're not alone. You're not alone in your pain, your tears, your financial situation, whatever it may be, right? Your creative endeavors. You're not alone, and that we were all meant to come together as a community. You know, yes, there is a time for sacred solitude. Yes, but there is a time for divine relationships, and relationships are so important. And I believe that God puts us in a container of sacred solitude to prepare ourselves for the divine relationships that we are to encounter. You know, because when I am my healthiest self, not perfect, but, you know, when my cup is filled, I'm able to give, and vice versa. And so, number one, self-love, self-health, taking care of ourselves, number one, is the most important. Because if we don't take care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, we're not going to be the most productive or the most healthy for the other individuals in our life. Because we are a domino effect. We are the sum of the 5 people that we surround ourselves with. And that is spiritually and physically. Even, you know, you guys that are following me as a creator, you know, even digital creators, right? It gives you the opportunity that someday you could meet that creator, which I've seen it happen over and over again. It happens quite often. And so, anyways, guys, if something ancient, something deep, something primal is activating within you, that is not a coincidence. In my reality, there is no coincidences. There are divine synchronicities and divine symbols. And so it's not a coincidence that you resonate with my content, or you're like, man, you know, what is this person, what is this goddess talking about? There is a reason. There is a reason that you have encountered my content. And it's for me to help you activate something so deep and primal, and something that is to be expressed, because we are all expressions of the Most High. Some people call God, some people call goddess, source, divinity, right? That divine energy that is greater than ourselves, that we allow to live within ourselves, right? And so, anyways, if you are needing someone to mentor you, coach you, someone that's going to see you with God's eyes, with, you know, no judgment or judgment. If you want judgment, I specialize and I customize the session personally for what fits your needs. And so I have different packages. I have different offerings. Again, it's not going to last too long because I am going to be transferring into something else. But in the meantime, Source is telling me to do mentorship sessions. So anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys. Again, thank you for commenting, liking, following, sharing my content. It really means a lot, because it's not just about me, but it's about helping humanity, growing humanity, evolution, right? Because when one person changes for the best, it's a domino effect for everyone else around them to change for the best. And that's what I want. I want everyone to live their most abundant, healthy, strong timeline. Anyways, guys, I have to get off of here. Much love, and until next time, Your Majesty.